Hikey, hey girl. So listen, pay attention on whatever. No kings and everything in between, plus cosmetology. Hey y'all, it's Bossy. Y'all know your favorite licensed cosmetologist, West Coast Girl 323 representative that be all over the place. Listen, today is Saturday the 18th, and you know it's the No Kings Day. And it's a beautiful day in San Diego, California. Um, Streets is packed. I came to do hair for a friend. Yeah, it's a lot happening in the world. Listen, I hope this finds you as peaceful as you possibly could be in the time frame that we are in. We got a whole lot of that's happening right now. Listen, the scenario that we are in as black folks is crazy. We find ourselves here again as a cosmetologist, a hairstylist. You know, we talk about everything with our clients. I am not a mute hairstylist. This girl has personality. I'm a whole vibe, real 90s. We actually talk to our clients. Salute to these new age mute stylists, but that's a whole nother subject. But look, y'all, we was all discussing it, hair, makeup, the masseuse, and then our clients. It was actually for a test shoot for a wedding. We all was talking about this, and this is insane. Y'all know how everybody say we're not our ancestors, right? You right. I think that topic and that slogan is so disgusting, painful, it's disrespectful. Our ancestors are 100% stronger than we could ever be. They didn't have the wherewithal that we have. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have computers and Instagram, and they didn't have none of that. But they understood and they had the wherewithal to know it's us first. You can't trust them. They had the wherewithal to know don't let the enemies in a room when planning. They had the wherewithal to understand that these people will do anything to preserve whatever they feel is the pure race, which there is none, especially not for them. We see this, and we see again, we are fighting to be humans again. This is the craziness. And for us that have elders in our family, they've seen this before. And I spoke to one of my elders today, and spoke to two of them, and they are so disgusted and completely disappointed in our generation, especially millennials, because they sat with us and talked to us. We spent a lot of time with our elders, and they are disgusted that here they are in their 90s, damn near 100, and they out here in the streets got to fight again and got to tell our hard-headed asses how to do it and what to do and how this is going to work and how it's going to be some bloodshed. How we going to have to set it off, because that's all they understand. How we going to have to stand on business. How we going to have to get the YNs and the OGs and the Muslim brothers together. How we going to have to explain to everybody in Chicago, O Block, if you listening, ain't no beef no more. You got to stand with your boy, them GDs, all that. You got to stand together, because y'all going to have to walk them down together. We can't be separate on this. We gotta be in the house together, and we can't let the enemy in the room. And people like a Stephen A. Smith, them the first ones gotta get handled. We see who and what he is. We gotta walk and chew gum at this point. At this point, these people, if you don't know, the Supreme Court basically has a case in front of them that can determine if we are human or not again. Because when they take and they gut this particular section out, don't think that they won't disregard everything, because that's what this is about. They want to put us back in the fields. They done took the Mexicans out the fields. They deporting them, baby. Who you think they trying to put back there? Y'all forgot? Y'all gonna pretend like y'all didn't hear Mitch McConnell and old boy talking? And they talking about we got to bring slavery back. Understand, as black people, we got to stop having a false sense of safety, because that's what this is. We literally have a false sense of safety, and it's crazy and it's dangerous. And we see where we are all over again, because everything is a joke and everything is funny. Everything online is a joke and it's funny. It ain't a joke. None of it is funny. You see, they 18-year-olds, these 18, 16, 17-year-old white men, they will walk into a school and mold down children because of their ideology and their thought process. They'll fight for their complexion. Baby, it's time. We gonna have to do the same thing for ourselves at this point. At this point, we are here. We didn't bring ourselves here, but here we are. Alabama, the doc at Alabama, when we beat them out their Crocs, it's gonna have to be that way again. And us as a people, black people, we peaceful. We don't want that, but we not going back. There's no way. There is no way. And as you can see, they circle back. Like the Lincoln Project tried to explain it to everybody because they helped create what we seeing today. They just took it to 100. This has been planned out. Yes, black people, wake up. They planned for our community. They planned to hurt us. They didn't even expect for us to survive. Do y'all understand that? They took healthcare. They didn't expect for us to survive when they took healthcare the first time. We survived because the first doctors were, air quotes, midwives. Black women were the first doctors in this country. Don't get it misunderstood. Herbs and our own home remedies is what kept us alive. You understand? They never expected us to get as far as we are. Look at us as a people. We have the worst circumstances, the worst, but yet we are the most educated human being walking God's green earth. The most educated people are black. The highest graduation rates for higher education is black. HBCUs graduate more people, over 83%, than predominantly white universities. Them people is below 20%. That's a fact. Their house is burning down. The fake perfection, perfect nonsense that they thought they had is gone. It never was there. We dealing with people who got participation awards. They're not like us, and we know this. Cue Kendrick Lamar at any point. We gotta wake up. This is happening. It's time to mount up. Learn your neighborhood. Make sure your self-defense game is up. You see what they did in Chicago? That was a test run. Remember, we're the only group of people that they have dropped bombs on before. Black Wall Street, anybody? Rosewood? York City. That's the one that they don't talk about. That's before Seneca. I'm grateful for, my elders pouring into me and giving me a plethora of information, not leaving me blind, dumb, or stupid to anything. We are in this situation again. We don't deserve to be here, but here we are. They never thought that we would live this long, nor be this successful. When Obama got in office, you knew the writing was on the wall then. They had to implicate and start putting things into play. We are not the minority. We are the majority. Why do you think they don't use 13% no more? They don't use none of the 14 million. They don't use none of the numbers anymore because they know it's a lie. When it comes to the world, they're literally less than 5% of the population. You see what our homeland, Africa, is doing. Thank God for them kings over there. Shutting it down, throwing them out our country. You gotta go. Taking back the wealth. You see France over there. They bankrupted them. They ain't got nothing without the source. Homeland. Ethiopia, commercially known as Africa, is us. We've always been that girl. Never get it misunderstood. It's jealousy, it's envy, and it's deep-rooted. This hatred is deep-rooted. We got to face it. These people hate us, and it's evident. We see what's happening. They have no intentions of us voting in November. This is a fact. We see this. We see what they're doing. Neither one of these parties have done anything, because the truth of the matter is this, the quiet part out loud, this is the responsibility and the fault of Democrats, because when they had power, they didn't yield it correctly. Joe Biden trifling himself, he refused to pack the court. He a sucker. And if you were educated on Joe Biden, you wouldn't have voted for him from the get-go. I didn't. You wouldn't have voted for him because you would have known who he was in the Senate. This man ain't no Uncle Joe. This man is no better than Clarence Thomas. He's the reason Clarence Thomas is on the is a Supreme Court justice. Ding, ding, ding. Y'all gotta know we really in this alone. Neither side is really for us. But if we gotta pick one, as we've always done, the lesser of two evils is the Democratic side of the fence. We see they have no leadership. Hakeem Jeffries is a joke. He's a pathetic excuse of a lapdog, and I said it. They had the power. The House and the Senate. When Obama was in office, we love him. But the truth got to be spoken. He could have fixed all of this. They wouldn't have been able to do this. He could have made everything a part of the Constitution. He could have protected his people. He didn't. We got to hold feet to the fire. At this point, you see all of the stuff the Democrats say they couldn't do. Guess who doing it? The Republicans. Democrats ain't got the common sense God gave a jackass. You know why? We got multi-billionaires. We got Warren Buffett on our side of the fence. Why didn't they go holler at, why didn't Hakeem Jeffries holler at Warren Buffett and say, go buy TikTok? Do you not pay attention? The social media game is for the change for all of us that make money on this platform. The red side done bought up everything. They planned 20, 30, 40 years in advance for our community. They want us gone off the face of the earth completely. They want us back in servitude. This is what we are in. This is the Handmaid's Tale playing out in front of your face. This is not the time for you to put your head in the sand. It's just not. This man intends on hitting the martial law button. Everybody was saying, oh, it's fear-mongering, Project 25. Well, here we are. Where's the fear? Where's the mongering? Where is it? Because here we are. Everything that beautiful black woman told y'all, well, here we is. Project Esther is even worse. These people are sick that we up against. And again, the conversation is literally Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali. Layla Ali is an old, washed up, jealous chick. And that's for people who have a brain. I don't care nothing about that video that they put out. Let me break this down to you. If you don't know boxing, if you don't, if you ain't around that sport, then you wouldn't understand. I love boxing. This is something that I deeply understand. Okay. Both my parents wanted a boy and I'm so a girl. Listen, and a girly girl at that. Listen, Clarissa Shields has done more for boxing than Layla Ali could ever do. Layla Ali was a last name. She was never that great. That's a fact. She fought girls that wasn't even in shape. It was no one to fight really back then. There was no purse. I think her biggest payout, and we went to that fight, I think it was like $60,000 if I'm not mistaken. Clarissa Shields is getting $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. She's getting $1 million fights. She is a draw. She's an Olympic champion. 3 times? MMA. She's been successful everywhere she's went. Layla Ali cannot say that. Layla Ali's money and Clarissa's money is not the same. Don't get it misunderstood. Clarissa is getting bread. Layla Ali left the sport because it was nothing. She didn't make any money in it. She didn't further the sport. And she got more failed business deals and business ventures than you guys pay attention to. But us on the West Coast, we know. Raglass, Flatiron, she was out there selling. Please, them shits didn't even get hot. It's more people in our community worried about Layla Ali. They worried about, Cardi B being right. And I will say Cardi was 100% right. Child, everything she said. And that cocaine basement bear got to realize, baby, the call is coming from the inside of the house, baby. Ring, ring, pick up. Hello. Baby, it's coming from inside of the house. And you're getting robbed blind, child. Okay, check your, the person you're laying next to. Check all around your house. Ask him if he's seen anybody in the house. Okay, but the call is coming from inside, and Cardi was right. Everything she said, we seeing it play out in front of our faces. But again, we more worried about pop culture. We more worried about pop culture than what is actually happening. And that is the false sense of safety that has us in the situation we're in right now. I want to say for all you YNs that's screaming, we ain't our ancestors and y'all got hammers and you'll do this. I hope you prepared. because I didn't see nobody out there fighting in Chicago. I ain't see none of them real killers from O Block. I ain't see none of y'all out there. They brought a Black Hawk to Chicago. You understand what that means? They shooting missiles in California right now. The 5 freeway is shut down. This man is not playing with us. And for my community, it is time you have to make your choice. Are you going to be Malcolm X, Black Panther Party, or are you going to continue to try to Martin Luther King the situation out? You make your choice, because I've definitely made mine a long time ago. Okay? For the ladies, are you June season 1 and 2, Handsmaid's Tale, or are you June season 6, about episode 4, 5, 6, 7, when she took the plane down with all of them in it and she didn't feel nothing? Baby, I'm going to eternally be June season 6. You understand? We ain't going. This ain't that, and we ain't going. We not going back. That's a no. God bless y'all. Start paying attention to something more than Instagram, because these people got plans for us. I'll see y'all on the next one.